They say truckers remember every mile, every curve, every diner, every rest stop coffee that tasted like mud. But last winter, I drove a route I don't remember taking, and I'm still not sure if I ever came back. Dispatch called it a simple overnight haul. St. Louis to Denver. I'd done it 100 times, but that night, the GPS wouldn't load, so I took the old route, or at least, I thought I did. Mile after mile, the road looked familiar but wrong. The signs had no names, the exits led nowhere. I passed a diner called June Stop. Funny thing is, it looked brand new, but I remembered stopping there years ago, when it was already closed. I pulled in anyway. Inside, the waitress smiled and said, "Welcome back, Jack. My name's Mark." I laughed it off, asked for coffee. She poured it slow and said, "You've been driving a long time. Maybe it's time to rest." Her eyes didn't blink. When I looked outside, my truck wasn't there. Just an empty parking lot covered in fog. I ran out, but the diner lights went off behind me. I turned back, and it wasn't there anymore. Just dirt and silence. My phone said, "No service." My GPS flickered back on. Route. Continue straight for 0 miles. I woke up the next morning parked on the side of the road. Engine cold. Logbook blank. When I reached dispatch, they told me, "Mark, you've been off the grid for 3 days. I checked my dash cam later. Hours of empty road. No diner, no lights. Just me, talking to someone who isn't there. Every time I drive that route now, my GPS still glitches at the same spot. And sometimes, I still hear her voice on the CB radio. Welcome back, Jack." They say every trucker tunes in to Channel 19. Our little voice in the dark. Some talk weather, some joke around. But one night, I heard something that still keeps me awake. It started as static. Then a voice cut through. "Clear, calm, female. Any driver on Route 50, come in." I keyed my mic. "This is Silver Eagle. You okay out there? Pause, please. If you see a blue Freightliner, pull him over. He has my boy." My hand froze on the mic. The signal was weak, but her voice, it sounded real. Terrified, I asked, "What's your location?" "Mile marker 128. Please hurry, I checked the map. That stretch was empty for 50 miles. I called dispatch. They said no reports, no emergency. Still, I couldn't shake the voice, so I drove there. The highway was dead silent. Then I saw it. A blue Freightliner parked on the shoulder, engine running. No driver. Door wide open, CB mic swinging in the wind. I called out. Nothing. I checked the cab. Clean. Too clean, no bags, no logbook, no registration. Then I noticed something on the passenger seat. A child's toy truck, covered in dust. I picked it up and my CB came alive again. "You found him." I dropped the mic. "Who is this?" "Channel 19, always listening. Sound, static spike. Deep reverb, silence." I ran back to my rig. Heart pounding. Tried to contact anyone. Nothing but dead air. When I reached the next way station, the officer looked at me funny. I told him what happened. He said, "Son, that blue Freightliner, it was impounded in 1999. No driver, just a toy truck on the seat. I've switched off Channel 19 ever since. But sometimes, late at night, the CB turns itself on, and I hear her voice again. Any driver on Route 50, come in. West Texas, flat horizon. A storm building in the distance. I was hauling fuel down Highway 285. Long, empty stretch between Pecos and Fort Stockton. The radio was quiet until a voice crackled through. Convoy Alpha. Hold formation. I thought dispatch had patched me to a military line. Then another voice answered, Copy that, Captain. Thing is, I was the only one on that channel. I checked the scanner. Frequency dead, but I could still hear them. The wind picked up. Lightning flashed. And that's when I saw it. A line of old military trucks up ahead. Headlights dim yellow, moving slow in perfect formation. I flashed my beams, called out on the CB, Convoy Alpha, this is Silver Eagle. You need assistance. Silence, then a reply. Maintain distance, driver. Hazard cargo. I slowed down, trailing them for miles. No plates, no logos. Just mud-stained steel and red tail lights glowing through the rain. Suddenly, one truck at the back swerved hard and vanished off the shoulder. I pulled over, jumped out with my flashlight. Nothing there. No skid marks, no tracks. Just wet asphalt and dust blowing in circles. I called Highway Patrol. The officer said, Sir, there's no convoy scheduled tonight. I told him what I saw. He paused. You said Highway 285? Same stretch where the ghost convoy went down in 72. Chemical transport. Whole team lost in a sandstorm. Never recovered. I laughed nervously. Yeah? You think that's what I saw? He just said, Son, if the road goes quiet again, don't look in your mirrors. I hung up, started driving. The rain stopped. The sky cleared, and in the mirror, a faint red glow followed behind me. 5 taillights. Perfect formation. Low CB static whisper. Convoy Alpha, hold formation. I turned off the radio. Didn't help. The voices were inside the cab now.